Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. All right. Ooh. All right, I got to quick share this. Just hit a major flare. Where am I? All right, go here. Do it this way. Double checking to make sure. I think I'm on, but I'll tell you, been a few issues today. I don't see me yet. Well, it's showing that I am. There I am. There I am. All right. All right. I wish my computer would just not do the crazy stuff that it does, but it is. Hopefully you can all hear me good. Hopefully. While I'm waiting, I've done the pre-shuffle on the cards. Nothing fell out. Seems like it's kind of calm, but I don't know. People have been talking about the energies lately, and actually I just saw, where is it? I shared it on my page. Yeah, there it is. It's a Schumann resonance that is like crazy. I'll have to copy it over here so I can show you guys. This is what they're saying. What they're saying is whammo, which that in and of itself is like, okay. Yeah, hold the line. I just shared that on my page. I know it's kind of a pain to share it on Empowerment for You. They just don't make it easy for me. Hi, Miss Julianne. How are you? How are you doing today? It does feel like, well, this is what it feels like to me is the energy feels okay. However, it feels like there's underlying. And I've heard other people mention similar things, and it's like, yeah, that really makes sense. It's almost like you can feel rumblings going on, like maybe before a thunderstorm, you can hear the clouds. You can see the clouds getting darker and darker and kind of moving in, and you can hear the thunder in the distance. But it's not yet here. It still looks sunny here, but the clouds are coming in. It's kind of like that. Yeah, this guy, he says, our largest and hottest solar flare blaster in a while. And he's saying tonight. There's it must be two different people that I'm watching say this, that I copied both of them. And this one, he says, I have to believe that these may be our bodies and energy bodies and the divine protecting us and eradicating various things that are not good for us that may be coming at us from outside sources. So even though they are uncomfortable, I am beginning to welcome them, and I'm thankful for the work that is being done and for the protection they're experiencing. Yeah, he says, he's been experiencing, I keep saying he, I don't know if it is. I've been experiencing those super hot flashes of heat. I'm going to guess many of you are experiencing these too. And I'm assuming they're talking about in their body. They didn't say, but I'm assuming. I'm good. I'm just trying to wrap around the energies. I did see your post, Miss Julianne, and thank you for posting all that. I know it's being very vulnerable, putting that information out there. So hopefully you will continue to get all of the support from not only the doctors, but from friends, from spiritual, and I don't know if you search out alternative. I say alternative, but it's like, you know, the stuff that they used to have before allopathic was around, that kind of stuff. You know, like the acupuncture that's been around for thousands of years, that kind of stuff. But I hope you're looking at all kinds of options. Hi, Miss Christy. I know, on a full moon. On a full moon to boot. Hi, Miss Carla. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, Miss Carla. I got you. I got you. Yeah, let me see. Oh, I'm pulling it up just in case. I don't think this site, this astrology site, shows stuff anymore. The year of the fire horse, yeah, that's coming up. Here's the full moon. But they don't do the day to day anymore. So, but there was somebody, where is it? Today's yeah, welcome to February, everybody. February 1st, oh yeah, full moon, okay. And I think this is a big full moon. I mean, judging by the Schumann resonance, it looks a little crazy. So, yeah, and even Diego, he says, the sun wastes no time announcing the tone of the month. Two powerful solar flares, one M6.6 and one X1.0, erupt like twin drum beats from the solar heart, sending waves of charged light through the heliospheric field. This is not subtle energy. It's catalytic, electric, unmistakably directive. The sun is speaking in voltage and the timing is precise. A new month ignited under a full moon, amplifying both illumination and release at once. The full moon acts like a mirror and a magnifier where the sun transmits raw plasma intelligence. The moon reflects it directly into our emotional, neurological, and subconscious layers. I'll tell you what, doesn't that sound intense right there? It does. All right. Enough on that. I'll hold the rest if I keep reading on that. Oh, Miss Julianne, yes you may. Julianne. Miss Stephanie, I know. Good morning, good morning. Brr. I got your stuff. Yeah, I won't even say what it's gonna be like here today. Maybe Carla can, but I'm not going to. Yep, you're the fire horse coming with and it's coming in with fire. Well, and you think about the snake, you know, the snake is all about, the biggest, latest thing I've been seeing anyway is, you know, how snakes, they shed their skin and it's all falling off, and that's a lot of the releasing that we've been doing. But now you got the fire horse. Well, think about a horse. What does a horse do? Horse races ahead. Even look at the chariot card in the tarot. It's like you got two horses that are pulling the chariot. Julie Kiss, oh my, little cold, oh my. So you guys look at this. This is a mug that I had done way before I was doing mugs. Let's see if this looks familiar. So this is Mama. And this one has 3 of the kittens in it. I just love this picture. Yeah. So it's a little different than the picture in the cards, but Yeah. Okay, so Carla's not going to say it either. um, refresh. It's not on my end. It's Steph. Steph, for some reason you have issues. I don't know why. I don't know why. All right, Julie, let me know if you want a card. And I am going to, yes, 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 yes. Okay, so I've done the pre-shuffle, nothing major came up. This is these are the cards for the week of February 2nd through 8th. So this next week coming ahead, I might have to start pulling the cards before I come online. I mean, then people don't see me shuffle, but it's like, I might start doing that anyway. Yes, Julie. I figured you did. Julie. Yeah, there was no cards that fell out either. I say that and about half the deck wants to go. All right, so there's the Desert Speaks card. I do not know what it is. And 3 angel cards. 3 angel cards. Nope, thought that might. All right, so there's the first one. Trying to set it down without losing the deck. Nope. I thought that was the second one, but it's. I'm in Florida. I didn't have to bring my cards. Is it cold? I've seen that there's a dip in the weather, in the temperature, even way down in Florida. Second angel card. Yeah, it's amazing. I keep looking and it's like, oh, it's still so nice, and even we're going to have a few days of nice weather. It's weird because if in the summertime it would cool off at night like it does this time of year, it would just be a whole different ball game here. Try to get away from cold in New York, but just as cold, oh no. That's a bummer. All right, so here we go. Week of February 2nd. Desert Speaks card is, oh, divine love shines on you. Going back to what I was saying when I first came on, I said the energies feel pretty good, but it feels like there's some underlying stuff going on. This card amplifies that exactly. And I think, so because reptilians, this little lizard guy, they feel the vibration of things. And now you got the love shining down. So I think this is going to be a week where things are going to be a little bit subtle, but remembering and being present, knowing that the love of the divine is always shining on us and within us. It's like it's always there. And there's subtleties that we might feel. It might feel a little unsettling, but it's okay. Because if we focus on the love that we emanate, that the divine is sharing with us, that our angels and our loved ones. So it's going to be interesting. First angel card we have is be true to yourself. Actually, and this is so important because it's like if you are trying to fake who you are. Who loses in that? You know, think about it. If you're around people and you are not able to be who you are, I do realize that sometimes it's like, okay, I'm in a family situation, I might have to tiptoe a little bit. I get that there's situations like that. And look at, are you being as true to yourself as you possibly can in that situation? And I get it. Sometimes it's like, you know what, I'm in a family situation right now, and I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna offer my support for whatever the situation is. And there might be times when I just keep my mouth shut. And that's that. So be true to yourself. That's the more you are not who you are, the more it eats up on your body. Yeah, that's a tough thing. Second angel card we have is, we are with you. Thank you, angels. Thank you, angels. Thank you, angels. Yes, we are with you, our angels, our loved ones, the divine, the universe, the galactics, Mother Nature. You know, Mother Nature and the universe, they conspire for us, not against us. Third angel card we have is, if it were right side up, appreciate who you are. Okay, so look at appreciate who you are and be true to yourself. Those two feel like they go very well together. And I also feel like the divine love, I feel like for some of you, not for everybody, but I feel like for some of you, you're going to notice some nature. So that might be, if you're out on a walk, you might notice a bird doing something that seems like it's more specific for you. You might notice, it feels like birds mostly, where it's almost as if that bird is talking to you. That's what it feels like. It feels like for some of you, that's going to happen this week. So you have to watch for that. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. So, divine love. Yay. Whew. All right. Miss Christie says, I have been multitasking. May I have a card, please? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Miss Jessica. How's Miss Jessica doing? Are you getting a cold too? It seems like it's dipping all over the place. Ooh. In fact, I was gonna, this might be coming up. I was gonna send my brother in Houston a message and say, are you getting this cold weather? And it looked like almost like they might get snow, which I don't think Texas usually gets snow, but it seems like it was dipping pretty low. Doing great, yes, cold. I'm doing well. It's toasty here. We're just talking about the subtle energies. It just feels like, all right. Let's see what Alex has to say. So Alex, this is Alex Miles. She says the full moon in Leo on February 1st marks the opening of eclipse season, while closing the final stretch of the snake year. This moment carries immense intensity because the past 12 months already reshaped you from the inside through a slow, deliberate repetition that wore away every lingering illusion. The snake year required a profound shedding of the skin, a process that cannot be rushed and often feels uncomfortable before the relief of the new surface arrives. You survived a year defined by deep observation rather than fast rewards, where the universe asked you to look closely at what was hiding in the shadows of your daily life. Wowza. Wowza, wowza. It is very, very nice. I will say. Okay, shuffling for Miss Carla. Tell me why I just found out Alex is a girl. I don't, and I don't know if I've always assumed that it was, but I am trying to think, did I know that or did I just assume that? It's funny because Alex to me, even though it is typically a guy's name, I don't think of it as a guy's name. It's almost like Tony. Because depending on how I see, if you said Tony to me, if I saw it in my head as Tony, I would assume it's a girl. If I saw it as Tony, I would assume it was a guy. Hi, Miss Jackie Bang. Yes, you may. Happy first of the month. That's right. It is. Yeah, kicking off, and now, what is it? There it is. What do you call it? Groundhog Day is tomorrow. When I see, yes, Frankie, I would assume it's a girl also. If I saw Frank, I would assume. But Frankie, yeah. But was Frankie Valli, that was a guy, wasn't it? Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. All right, Miss Carla. Something to celebrate. I feel like that song, celebrate, celebrate. Da, 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 da. I think you need to play that song and dance around, Miss Carla. It feels like the movement is the key for you. Like, it's almost like letting your guard down. It feels like you've been holding things in for really tight for a while. And you know how if you're stressed, if something is going on, and so maybe you're holding your fist tight, or you're holding your arms, your body close. You do that in the cold too, but tension. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can loosen up a little bit and just allow your body to move. It feels like it's time to let your hair down and just dance a little bit. Feel the movement of your body. Feel the air as you move. It feels like it's time. So you've been holding, it feels like you've been holding something in for a long time, and it's time to let it go. There you go, Miss Carla. Miss Carla. Hi, Miss Tammy Hill. Yes, you may. Oh, you've been sick? I've been hearing there's stuff going around. I'm going to start doubling up on people. I haven't had to do that in a while, but I think I'm going to. And I do think, I have to remember, I think I'm going to pull the cards before I come online next week and then reveal. So you guys just won't see me shuffling. Because I never used to do that online. I've been stressing a lot, holding a lot inside for a long time for sure. Okay, all right. Yep, get your body moving. Yeah, that's what I've heard. There's stuff going around. I know I do homeopathic stuff, so I got my homeopathic, that long thing. That's for flu stuff. It starts with OSCI whatever, and the letters it's about that long of a word. I remember when I gave it to a friend of mine. And I think she never did anything like any homeopathic, and it's a vial of all these little pellets. And I said, yeah, you got to take the whole thing. Not all. I mean, you can take them and let them dissolve, and then do the next. But the whole tube at one time is a dose. And she swears by it now. I mean, it's been years since she's since the first time she used it, but she swears by it. She goes, "Oh, Susie Q, that was the best thing." It's like, yeah, it is. Yeah, let's all send Miss Tammy some healing energy, man. All right, so I'm shuffling for Julianne and Stephanie. Shuffling for Julianne and Stephanie. Let's see. It feels like the cards are a little slower today, too. Jessica. I still have a cold, coughing a lot. Hopefully you can take hot tea, lemon, and honey. Jessica with a sweetheart. Okay, Julianne and Steph. Passion, passion. I love it, I love it. Yeah, this feels like there's a lot of so it feels like there is energy that is coming from your heart, expanding out. And so how I see it is, if you have, so you have your heart, there, now you can see it. Yes, I have a heart for a nose. It's like your heart, and you can see all of it's almost like there's a sun energy, but it's coming from your heart. That's what it feels like is happening. And I see it for both of you, which is interesting because sometimes it's a little different for each of you, but I'm pulling one card for both of you, so it applies to both of you. And what it feels like is you have more power in your heart, allowing it to amplify out what you would like it to amplify out than you realize. So here's another analogy is, so picture an ice cube. Everybody knows what an ice cube looks like. And inside is your heart, but the heart has this little heater inside. So the ice cube is melting from the inside out. That's what it feels like. But where the passion comes in is it's your energy, your intention that is pushing this energy out. And it is truly about your intention. So be very clear about what you are, the energy that you're putting out there, what you are saying with your words, because manifestation is happening faster and faster and faster. And if you say, I don't want that, the universe doesn't see the don't, it sees the I want that. Think about it. Okay, so you don't want to use, you want to think of something positive. If you say, I hate that thing, what energy are you putting out there? So be very cognizant of the energy that you're putting out there, because it's coming from the inside out, but it starts with you. Ooh. Man, oh man. All right, here we go. Julie Kiss and Christy. Hi, Miss Yvonne. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Thank you, Bennett. Mom says honey. Yeah, honey is good. Honey is good. Honey is very healing all on its own. Yes, yes, yes. You're very welcome, Miss Julianne. Okay, so Julie Kiss and Christy W. Julie Kiss and Christy W. see what we get. That was an intense one. Even though, it's funny because it didn't feel so intense, but that heavy, maybe that's a better word. It was heavy, but not in a bad way. Say it had a big message. Whew, there we go. Julie and Christy. This one fell on the keyboard. We got our coyote. Yeah, this feels like the stability. It truly feels like being in the present is very important. Doesn't feel so much like standing your ground, but I feel like that kind of comes with it, but it feels like it's being in this present moment and so feels like really tuning in to what you have going on, whatever it is, and in every situation. Every situation is going to be a little bit different, but it feels like really being comfortable in who you are in that moment. And then not standing your ground, but being present. Standing your ground, it feels like, there might be a little bit of that. But I think where standing your ground comes in is being comfortable in the present moment. Being comfortable in what you were saying. It's like, for me, when I used to do training, I remember the first couple classes I would do, and it was on something new. And even though I'd been practicing and playing with the program, I still had to go page by page, and really follow the training manual for the trainers. Whereas after I got to know the subject, it's like, people could take me over here, I could be in the middle of something, they'd ask me a question and I could fire that back and I could just get right back on track. But that was after I got comfortable with it. That was me standing there solid in the present moment. So it feels like the more you are tuning in to, I'm feeling this emotion because of this, or I'm feeling this emotion and it's like, and it's okay for me to feel this emotion. I don't have to have a reason, and be okay with that, being in the present moment. Because I feel like people are going to come up and try to push you just a little bit. Be okay with that. All right, Julie, Kiss, and Christy, let me know. Let me know. Yes, I've been trying to live in the moment. It's, and I'll tell you, it's interesting because even, I know for me, all right, shuffling for Jessica and Jackie. Jessica and Jackie, J and J. I have a situation where I am doing my best to stay off a certain topic because the belief system is very different, and I can have very strong opinions and things to back up my opinions because of it. Now, why am I going down this? Oh, but with the coyote standing there, and it's like, I have to be in the present moment. Okay, in this present moment, what does the energy feel like? Is it going to cause a rift in our relationship, or is it just going to be a little blip and on? We're always learning, aren't we? You're very welcome, Miss Julie. You are very welcome. Okay, so J and J, Jessica and Jackie, Jessica and Jackie, Jessica and Jackie. All right, I got to take another sip of tea. Chamomile tea. Man, oh man, do I love chamomile tea. And the thing about chamomile is you can drink it any time of the day, and it doesn't keep you up. Thank you. I also have been trying to be in the moment. I haven't been out since Saturday, since the winter storm. Yeah, oh, I get it. I get it. But even with your, even when you're amongst your own self, still being in this present moment is not always an easy thing. Shouldn't say it like that. What's a positive thing to say? I'm always in the present moment. It's easy for me to be in the present moment. It's easy for me when I'm in the let's see. When I'm in the present moment, there is ease. I'm in the flow. There it is. I'm in the present moment and I am in the flow. Bam! Hi, Miss Elena. I will add you to the list. I'm doing groupings today, so I will add you to the last grouping. Okay, so Jessica and Jackie. Oh, I love it. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this right here. Right here. Doesn't that look like a diamond up there? It's very cool. It looks like a storm coming in. It was a totally beautiful day. If I remember right, it was a totally beautiful day. That's just the way the clouds looked after I used the whatever I was using to change the picture a little bit, to tweak it. But the peace within, going back to the ice cube melting from the inside out, the peace starts with you. So if you are in a situation where everybody's getting up in arms, come back to you and feel the peace within. You may affect the others, many times it does, and you might not. But you feeling the peace within is what matters. So come back to you. And it might just be, you know what, taking a few deep breaths. You know how important, you know how valuable, you know how healing our breath is. Feel the peace within, starting with you. So Jackie and Jessica, please let me know. Oh, look at, there's a, yes, right there. Perfect. You guys are so fast. I love it. All right, so last poll we have Tammy Hill, Miss Vaughn, and Elena. So, and anybody else that pops on. This morning I thought for sure there was going to be a coyote because a bunny was out there. He was just kind of meandering, and all of a sudden he took off, and I'm like, but Maddie is not here right now to raise the coyote alarm, so it's like, so I have to be on the lookout. You're very welcome, Miss Jessica. All right, so Tammy, Yvonne, and Elena. Tammy, Yvonne, and Elena. I think it's going to be an interesting week. Oh, and you know what? I didn't write it down. Oh. I didn't write it down. Oh, much love to you. Yes, you have a blessed day as well, Miss Julie. All right, Tammy, Yvonne, Elena. Compassion for self. It all starts with ourselves, doesn't it? That just seems like it's so kind of counterintuitive, and yet it is not. You know, if we tune out, oh my gosh, I just saw this kind of hilarious guy that I don't think I've ever seen before. Yeah, what this feels like is, it feels like twofold. It feels like, yes, compassion for yourself, be gentle with yourself. That's what it feels like biggest. like loudest of all is. But it also feels like allowing yourself to kind of warm yourself into a warm, fuzzy blanket. That's what it feels like. It's, like if you have like a really big, fluffy blanket that's you can see the fluff in it, and you have it wrapped up around you, and you're sipping on a hot cup of tea, and you're in front of the fireplace. It feels like that kind of taking care of yourself on the physical, like, so going like one step further than you typically would. Like if I'll go to food because everybody can relate to food. It's like you can either take out a frozen dinner, or you can make yourself this luxurious meal and say that and it won't take that much longer, but you know that you'll appreciate if you sit down and eat the meal that you made yourself versus having the frozen dinner. Even though in the frozen dinner, that'll be good, but it feels like going that extra step with yourself and wrapping yourself in a warm blanket with a hot cup of tea, with a home-cooked meal versus a frozen dinner. Feels like taking extra care of yourself right now. So I don't know if something's going on. Tammy, that makes total sense for you, but with Yvonne and Elena too, something must be going on because that's coming through loud. That's what I saw, big fuzzy warm blanket. I have a little gnat. One thing that I have noticed here in Arizona, and Carla, if you're still on, I don't know if you have these too, but there's different times of the year where there's these little gnats. And this year, I haven't been able to kill any of them. They're not fruit flies, but this year has been like the worst. And I can't even hear them. I can just see them. All of a sudden, there they are. It's like, they're annoying. But I tell you, they get you in this present moment. Oh, all right. So what are you guys thinking? You are very welcome, Miss Yvonne. Yes, you are very welcome. Yeah, it's an interesting times. That is for sure. I think that the energies really be gentle. Even so, one short paragraph on from Alex Miles again. She says, over this last year, the same experiences returned across friendships, work situations, and family roles, each time testing your capacity for endurance. The snake year taught through the weight of emotional labor, asking for more patience. Ooh, Steph, are you still here? Asking for more patience and more flexibility until you reached a point where effort stopped feeling aligned. And that almost feels like what we were talking about the other day is getting in the flow. So interesting. You are very welcome, Miss Tammy. I have to look at you guys. I have to flip over to Facebook because it's weird how... Oh, I can't see it. I can't see it. See how it just puts a period in a little bit of space, and I don't know why, but I can't see it because Facebook is being weird. But anyway, I think, this is a week we just really have to be gentle with ourselves. All of us. Be extra gentle with ourselves. And being in this present moment is going to be really important. So, there you have it. All right, everybody. I'm going to let you go. I will be back this week. I'll be back on Thursday to hang out with anybody that's around. Otherwise, I'll be back next Sunday. Angel blessings to you. I'll see you next time. Bye. Very welcome, Miss Elena.